You.
Hi, how's it going?
Hey man, hey man. It's been a bit. It's been a bit. Have we met before?
No, so I'm just gonna introduce myself. I'm gonna start off by saying my name is Don Wayne. I want to preface by saying that I'm not here to force you to make a change, but I am here to help you process, and hopefully by the end of this session, we have a better understanding of one another. And I'll tell you my role. I'm a social worker, and the heart of social work, pretty much lies in building trust, relationships and confidentiality is
Mhm.
pretty much of a cornerstone of this practice. So I did want to let you know that whatever you discuss here in this session will stay between us. It's meant to be kept private, protected, and to, pretty much allow you to express your thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment or exposure.
Mhm.
So the only time I will have to break the confidentiality is when you have thoughts of harming yourself, thoughts of harming others, or others are, going to harm you, which is hopefully not the case, or if you're ever in a potential dangerous threat or any situation of that sort.
Mhm.
Is this something that you understand?
I understand. I understand. There are some things I don't always agree with, but I get it. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, no worries, right? But okay, so go ahead and introduce yourself and tell me who you are and what brings you to this session.
My name is Brad Pitt, and my wife was just telling me that maybe I should be looking into working out a little bit more. You know, I I keep trying all these things to work out more and get kind of more into shape, but I really just can't bring myself to do it. There's a lot of things I feel like it's holding me back. I don't know if it's my fault or it's life's fault, but I'm here to try something new.
Right. And is there a certain goal that you have with exercising?
Um, I mean, back in the day, I used to weigh like 40 pounds less. My doctor says I got some issues with my health. I might be pre-diabetic. That sucks because I like that kind of food. And apparently I'm starting to get high blood pressure, and I'm supposed to be taking medication, but I haven't gone to the pharmacy. I don't really want to do that. I've been trying to work out for a long time. It's just not really stuck. I've tried swimming. The hardest part about swimming is the breathing. My buddy started out, he's just like, just breathe, okay? Take like 2 weeks just
Hmm.
to breathe. And it was weird at first, but I was trying to get better at it. And I feel like I made good progress. I felt like I was doing pretty good, for myself too. I was able to do like 20 something laps and every day at the pool down at the 24
Okay.
hour fitness. I like not having to sweat in the water. And, you got bad. I don't know. I wasn't able really to stick with that kind of one. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you pretty much tried a lot of different ways to work out and you always seem to start well, but you find it hard to continue with it for longer.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess the same is true for other kind of things I've done. I've done like jogging, and that was a bit. I remember being able to jog like a whole mile without stopping. Felt like my lungs were gonna give out. I had to buy better shoes, and I feel like my legs were gonna die to me sometimes. But it was pretty nice. I kind of miss doing that, but I didn't stick. Same kind of thing
Right.
happened when I was, yeah, when I was like weightlifting. My buddy and I we would spot for each other, and we weren't doing like crazy amounts of lifting, but it was nice. It was nice. I felt like my arms were getting a little more tone, and I felt like my body was strengthened, my core was a little better. I remember like doing some at home like cardio workouts, but I don't know. I never really stuck with any of them. I feel like I should be doing better. After all that time and I invested into it, I feel like I just lost interest and I wanted to work out more, but I just wasn't able to continue doing it.
Right.
That was kind of weird. I want to do better than that. I feel
Yeah.
like I was doing really good at the beginning, and then I just kind of just don't want to do it anymore. And I have to do this. It's bugging me that I really can't stick to these really good habits.
Yeah. And those are great points. It really sounds like you want to make working out a consistent routine, excuse me, a consistent routine. Can you tell me about some of your concerns about what would happen or what might happen if you don't work out?
I mean, I don't want to get into all that. It's kind of personal, you know?
Okay, no worries. No worries. I totally understand. I get it. You don't have to tell me anything that you don't want to, but I do invite you to consider some of the things that are hard about working out. So if you feel comfortable sharing them with me, just so I can get a little bit more understanding, that'd be great.
Wow. What the heck? Okay. I mean, my growing up, my dad had this kind of stuff, when he was growing up. And I told myself that I wasn't going to let the same thing happen to me. But I
Mhm.
don't know. It feels like I really can't escape it. He's got some bad heart problems, and it was hard to see him go through all that kind of pain. It wasn't pretty. And I really did try to tell myself when I was younger that I was going to be better than that for him, and for myself. I don't know. I feel like it's just something that runs in the family, and it's all that I've got now. I can't get anywhere away from it.
Right. It sounds to me like you almost feel trapped. Your father had many of the same health problems, and you've tried so many times to be different, man, but it seemed like you always go back to following his footsteps.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I feel like people are expecting me to do better. I expect myself to be better. All the fans, and I feel like I'm letting all of them down. It kind of gets to me. It's not a good feeling, and I don't know. Is there really something I can do about this?
Well, it sounds like there's some expectations that you're trying to fulfill. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I yeah. I don't want to speak poorly about my family. I love them a lot. They were always there for me, the biggest supporters. When I got started up in the acting world, my mom was super happy for me, and she got me this chocolate raspberry cake when I got my first edition. And my grandma, God rest her soul, was always on my case about getting better at acting. She was like a military woman. They were always there for me.
Yeah, it seems like your family, you know, had a great support for you from the very beginning. Would you say that's true?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. And now that I think about it, I wonder if my grandma kind of started this. She never really called me fat, but I feel like she was always kind of saying stuff about my weight and telling me to eat less or eat healthier. I think she was kind of hard on my dad growing up too. He never really went into detail about it, but I know that she was kind of strict on the kinds of things he had to eat. Like get more vegetables, more green stuff. Didn't let him eat chips, but if we're being real, I mean, everyone's got to eat chips sometime. I do them all the time in my movies. You know,
Right.
he likes he likes a lot of the food that I like too, and it kind of scares me because I want to eat what I want, and my parents never stopped me from eating the wrong kinds of things, but I can tell that both like my dad and my grandma kind of put some pressure on that for making sure that I eat healthier, and especially for my acting career.
Right. And what a great support system that you have. And it does, you know, it seems like you are caught between wanting to enjoy food and feeling like you need to meet your family's expectation. And that's, it is a tough spot to be in, especially when you're trying to work on your own goals.
Yeah, yeah. It's this kind of tug of war, really. Like I get pretty excited when I want to work on my own health, and I feel like I feel better, physically, and I feel like my career does better, and I feel like my agent thinks better about me. But then there's kind of this feeling like I'm under a microscope. That people are like looking at me too much, and it's like my family's overlooking me, and I go to these events with other people or even with my family, and I try to like
Mhm.
indulge in a little, but sometimes I feel like people are watching me, and like, if I do the wrong thing, they're gonna judge me for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely, resonate with you and I totally understand. Um, moving forward, we will definitely plan something. Unfortunately, this does have to be a shorter session. It was a 10-minute session today, just a little introduction to see how far we can get. But it was great meeting you, and we will continue discussing this in the future.
All right, thank you, John Wayne.
Thank you. I appreciate it.